guys? It is
What's up?
Michael and Melanie, and we want to tell you today why you need a budget.
Yes, you definitely need a budget, and there's 3 huge reasons why you need a budget. For one, it's going to eliminate fights about money that you have in your marriage. I know that's one of the big things, especially for newer marriages or just relationships in general. Tons of people have pointless arguments about money and not being on the same page with what you want financially, and that's a huge reason why a lot of relationships end.
And here's the thing though, in the heat of it doesn't seem pointless.
Right.
Like, it seems like a very valid thing to fight about.
For sure.
But it's actually not. Like, if you're fighting about money, like, you don't have to. Like, it seems important in the moment, but we're gonna show you, like, we're gonna have tons of videos showing you how to really put a budget together and how it's going to completely eliminate fights.
Exactly.
Because fighting about money is probably the dumbest thing you can do, because it's one of the easiest things that you can remedy in your relationship. Even if it feels like the biggest thing, it's one of the easiest things to remedy.
Yeah.
And you remedy that by creating a budget.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you can always make more money, but you can't mend relationships that you burn. You can't take back things that you said, and you can't, make more time for the time that you've lost being mad at each other. So, I mean, it's really important to get that across, and I know money can be a huge stressor, and that's point number 2, is budgeting your money effectively can really help eliminate the stress of adulting, in that you really know and have a much clearer picture of where you're at financially, what you can and shouldn't be doing right now, and what you need to plan for in the future, and what you're able to do right now. Walking through with quite a few people and like trying to build a budget for the first time, I've seen so many times that people are like, I spend that much money on that, like why am I spending that much money on that? Well, I mean, part of the exercise that budgeting helps you get through is it helps you really prioritize and think through what's important. And that kind of goes back to the first point too, is like being on the same page as to what's important in your relationship, and using that to help direct your budget is going to be what really is a driving factor in making sure that what you do when you budget is going to be effective and help your relationship.
Yeah, and I mean, like, for a lot of people that we've talked to, like, budgeting is something that seems stressful to them. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. I know I should, I don't need to do it, or I don't know what to do. So it seems like a really stressful thing, but it's actually very simple when you learn just the techniques that go behind it. And what seems like a crazy stressful thing is actually going to relieve the stress.
Right.
It's kind of like working out. It's one of those things, it's like you don't want to do, but then once you start doing it, you feel so much better. I mean, maybe that's a bad example because people hate working out. But
some people love it.
Yeah, and it's not always like fun. Like, but the thing is, it can be though. Like, if you just realize that like budgeting actually gives you the freedom to do what you want to do. Like, and that's what is so cool. Like, when we first got married and we really started, 'cause we had squat, guys. Like, we had like nothing. And we were, even not having that much money, we were still able to do fun things, because using our budget, we were able to look at everything and say, this is what we want. And in order to reach what we want, we can sacrifice here, 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 and here.
Right.
But if you don't actually have it like on paper, like in a plan, you don't actually know what you want, and you don't actually know what you need to do to get there.
Yeah.
So having that budget relieves that stress of feeling just kind of aimless.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, really that all leads to point 3 of why having a budget is super important, is it makes adulting more fun. So like you were saying, when we first had a budget together, I mean, we had very little in terms of resources, but we were still able to figure out what was really important to us, and that allowed us to have fun and go on some trips and do things that really helped our relationship. Whereas if we hadn't done that, I mean, that would have made an already hard part of our relationship, being married for the first time, it made that a lot easier. And I don't know where we would be right now if we had never actually gotten on the same page and done that. That's
We'd be a lot more angry.
We might not even, honestly, might not even be together.
True.
There's a lot of relationships that end over money, and it's really sad, because you could have so much more fun as a couple, being together, because if you can get on the same page and figure out like, okay, what do we truly want to do? Like, budgeting is the key and the essential thing to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And you know, I'm super thankful that we figured out all these tools and secrets, and we're ready to share them with you guys because we've had plenty of years experience now.
Oh, we figured it out, the good, the bad, and the dirty.
Right.
But yeah, so it's, adulting can be really fun. Like
Heck yeah.
marriage can be really, really fun, but it all starts with just like laying it out, you know. So, and that's really what a budget is, because there are so many more hardships that come in life and relationships that the least thing that you want to be worrying about is your finances, you know. And like I said earlier, it is the easiest thing to remedy.
Right.
Like, you don't need to go through years of counseling to figure out a budget. Like, you just have to have a conversation and get on the same page. And sometimes that can be tricky if you don't have the same goals in mind. But
Right.
I mean, if you don't have any of the same goals, you might need to reevaluate your relationship
Right.
in the first place. But so it makes it so where it's like fun. Like when we first got married, like I told Michael, and he can attest to this, I was like, I didn't even realize that we could do so much fun stuff.
Right.
You know, because I just grew up like there isn't money. Like that's what I grew up with. Like, oh, there's no money for fun. But then what I learned with Michael just really taking charge of our budget and saying, hey, like, let's do this. Like, we can still do this. Like, we went on our first cruise together. Like, we did all kinds of fun stuff. You know, we've been to Vegas. We've gone on, how many cruises now? 4 cruises?
4.
We've been married for 5 years. We've been on 4 cruises. We've been to Seattle. We've been to Puerto Rico. We've been tons of super, super cool places without much money.
Right.
And so that's really the thing that is like the kicker, is people think that, oh, well, you have to have money to budget. And I'm like, no, like the budget is just the tool. But if you use the tool correctly, you can take your resources and like 10x them, because you have a vision, you have a mission, and really your budget is like your roadmap to your dreams. Like, I know that might sound kind of cheesy, but it really is. Like, it helps you say what is important and it helps you get there. So,
And yeah, and too, like to that point too, like a lot of people say, oh yeah, well, I'll budget when I have more money. I mean, I know people that have far more money than that we have, and they don't have an effective budget, and they're miserable, and they don't know how to manage. If you don't know how to manage your money well, I don't care how much money you have, you're not gonna be able to do the things in life that you want to do, because I mean, it's really important. I mean, knowledge is key. This isn't something that you want to live in ignorance from. You know, that's not going to help you down the road. Maybe in the moment you feel like it's helping you, but it's just adding to that ball of stress that adulting can cause. And you know, if you can find you know, a way to remove some of that stress just by having knowledge and a clear picture of where you're at, you know, to me, like that's saved us in a lot of different places, and it's really helped us get to from where we were to where we are. And you know, I just love to share that with people.
well, anyway, so that was our 3 reasons why you need a budget. Please check out our other videos. We're going to be posting all kinds of tips and techniques, how to budget your money, how to really cool like money hacks, and how to actually like live really frugally to live the life of your dreams. So please subscribe to this channel so you can get all of those cool tips and tricks and all that stuff. So we love you guys. See you in the next video.
Peace.
Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. So you're trying to justify why you don't need to wear pants on camera.
Yeah, I don't need to wear pants on camera, because the whole point of being on camera in our home together is to live the life that we want to live.
No, but you're gonna be on YouTube. You can't not wear pants on YouTube.
But if who I am is me without pants. And
So when you say pants, do you mean like pajama pants or like jean pants, or are you saying like no pants, like boxers?
yeah, like boxers.
No, you
boxer
can't
briefs.
like wear boxer briefs on YouTube.
It's why not?
Because you just can't. Like, you can't have like the
I'm
the
sorry,
bulge.
your logic isn't like working out here. I mean, I'm not exposing
okay.
I'm not exposing myself here. I'm just.
But it's weird.
Well, it's weird to you. It doesn't mean it's weird to everybody, right?
I don't want my husband showing his boxer briefs to the world. How about I wear no pants? You okay with that?
Go ahead. It's your house.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think she's understanding the meaning of freedom here and what it means to be an American and own a home.
So you're saying I'm un-American because I don't want you to wear boxers
Yes.
on YouTube?
Yes. or
Oh
something.
my gosh. Okay, let's actually get to the point.